Welcome back, class 8 students. I'm your English grammar digital mentor. I'm back in front of you all again with a new chapter, which is chapter number 6 of your books, Determiners. So pick up your pens and let's get started with me. So we'll start with the starter part. Here a picture is given and some description of the picture is also given. In that we have to encircle the determiners. So let's read the sentences and circle the determiners together. The place where I live is open from all sides. It has a big area. So a in this sentence is a determiner. We will encircle it. The school in which I study is near by my house. So here I and my, these both are determiners. We will encircle them. The hospital that is near my house is big. So here my is a determiner. We will encircle that. Many doctors and nurses are there in this hospital. In this sentence, this is a determiner. We will encircle that. Next, the post office is in the north corner of our residential area. So here R is a determiner. So we will encircle R. So in this chapter, we'll learn more about determiners. So let's start with part A, which is the definition of determiners. Before that, we'll read the following phrases. First is a good girl. This novel. My best friend. The tallest boy. Every day. Some errors. In the above phrases, the highlighted words are all determiners. Determiners are words which identify or specify a noun in some way. Now, part B tells us the difference between adjectives and determiners. Look at these two phrases. First is intelligent boy and second part is that boy. In the first phrase, the word intelligent describes the boy. It tells us what kind of boy we are talking about. So it is an adjective. In the second phrase, the word that does not describe the boy. It determines or specifies the boy. It points out a particular boy and says that boy. So it is a determiner. Now here are some points related to determiners and adjectives. Let's read them. First one is an adjective describes or qualifies a noun. Second is a determiner determines or specifies a noun. An adjectives describe certain qualities, quantities or number of a noun. Whereas a determiner tells which one. Now there are different kinds of determiner. Let's read about them. Determiners are of following kind. First, articles. Second, demonstratives. Third, possessives. Fourth, distributives. Fifth, quantifiers, and sixth, interrogatives. Let's study about them one by one. So let's start with part number D, which is articles. In English, there are three articles, a, an, and the. Of these, a and n are indefinite articles, while the is the definite article. An article is placed before a noun. If there is an adjective before a noun, the article is placed before the adjectives. For example, a boy or a good boy, a mango, a ripe mango. Now let's study about a or an. We use a and before countable in a singular number. For example, a book, a pen, a doll, an engine, an egg, an elephant. We use a before a countable noun in a singular number before beginning with a consonant sound. For example, a teacher, a ship, a mountain, a European, a uniform, a one-eyed. We use an before a countable noun in singular number beginning with vowel sound. That is an ice cream, an airplane, an onion. The is the definite article. We have to use it before a noun whenever we want to make it specific. For example, the bus which we hired. The girl who won the race. The ball which fell into the drain. The king who won the battle. The can be used both with the countables and uncountables. The can be used with countables in both. Countables both in the singular number and the plural number. We use the with a noun that has already been mentioned. For example, I met a man in the park. The man belongs to South India. We use the before superlatives. For example, she is the best in the class. He is the tallest boy in our school. Now we can also use the with common noun when the noun represent the whole class. For example, the polar bear is threatened with extinction. So here we are talking about all the polar bears. Similarly, the donkey is the beast of burden. Here also we are not talking about a donkey, we are talking about all of the donkeys in the world. Now next is we use the with such phrases as immediately single out or specify a person or object. For example, the first girl, the last minute, the only dream, the same question. We use the to refer to the things that are only one in the world. For example, the sun rises in the east. The earth moves round the sun. We use the before the names of ocean, seas, river, desert, mountains, etc. For example, the Pacific Ocean, the Red Sea, the Brahmaputra, the Sahara, the Himalayas. Next point is we use the before trains, ships and airplanes. For example, the Rajdhani Express, the Titanic, the Indian Airline. Next point says we use the before well-known buildings. For example, the Red Fort, the Lotus Temple. We use the before the nationals of our country or a continent. For example, the Indians are very religious. We use the to refer to the parts of the body. For example, he caught the thief by the leg. He was wounded in the arm. Now related to these concepts, we'll do some questions. In this question, we have to fill in the blanks with a, an or the. Let's see the first part. Dash girl in dash pink frock is my sister. Now here we are talking about a particular girl who is wearing a particular pink frock. So in case of particulars, we use the word the. So our sentence will be, the girl in the pink frock is my sister. In the same way, you have to do rest of the three parts of this exercise. With that, we'll move on to the next topic of this chapter, which is part H, demonstratives, this, that, these, those. This and these refer to persons or things close by. This is used before a singular noun and these is used for plural nouns. For example, this flower blooms only in winters. These flowers are beautiful. Now that and those refer to person or things at the distance. That is used for singular noun and those before plural nouns. For example, that house belongs to my uncle. Those houses are for sale. Now next point says this and that can be used before uncountables. For example, this water is not potable. That food is not fit to be eaten. Now related to these concepts, let's do some questions. Here we have to fill in the blanks with this, that, these or those. First part is dashed glass here is mine, but dash one over there is his. So in the first part of the sentence, we are talking about the glass who is here. So we will write this glass here is mine. In the second part, we are talking about the glass which is over there. That means that glass is at a distance. So we will write, but that one over there is his. In this way, you have to do second part of the exercise by yourself. Let's move on to the next part of the question, which is possessives, my, our, your, his, her, its, their. Possessives are used to show possession. For example, he is my friend. She is your aunt. What is her name? Do you know its value? Now let's do some questions. In this, we have to fill in the blanks with my, your, his, her, its, our, their. First part is the Sharmas have a new car. Dash car is blue. So we are talking about their car. So the sentence would be the Sharmas have a new car. Their car is blue. In this way, you have to do rest of the parts of this exercise by yourself. Let's move on to the another topic of this chapter, which is part L, quantifiers. Some, any, much, many, several, a lot of, both, all, no. These are some quantifiers. Let's see some examples related to that. There were some people in the museum. Do you have any objection? She didn't do much progress. He takes no interest in his studies. There was little water in the jug. Now, quantifiers tells us something about number of quantity. Quantifiers like many and several suggest number. They are used with the countables. For example, many books, several passers-by. Now, next point is quantifiers like some and any can be used with both the countables and the uncountables. For example, some pens, some food. We can count pens, but we cannot count food. So here some can be used with both. Similarly, any books, any rice. Here books can be counted, but rice we cannot count rice. So here also any we can use with both countables and uncountables. Now let's see some questions related to that. In part M, we have to fill in the blanks with some or many. Now first part is I have seen dash nice postcard in this shop. So here our sentence will be I have seen some nice postcard in the shop. In this way you have to use some or many in the rest of the sentences. So I hope you can do that by yourself. Let's see the another question. In this question we have to fill in the blanks with much or many. Now first part is he hasn't got dash money to travel around the world. Now here we cannot count money. We can count number of notes, but we cannot count money. So here we will use much. So our sentence will be he hasn't got much money to travel around the world. In this way you have to do rest of the three parts of this exercise by yourself. Now in the next question we have to fill in the blanks with a few, little or a little. First part is how are you dash better thanks. So we can write here how are you a little better thanks. In the similar way you have to do rest of the parts of this question by yourself. Let's move on to the next part of this chapter, which is part P. Distributives each, every, either, neither. Distributive determiners refer to each single member of the group. Each is used when we talk about the member of a group individually and when we make a general statement. Both are followed by singular countable noun. For example, he met each guest. The minister visited every flood affected area. I agree with every word he says. Each request will be considered. Now next point is either is used to talk about two things, but usually indicates that only one of the two is involved. For example, either of the two girls should come here. Next point is about neither. Neither is a negative of either. For example, neither member came to attend the meeting. Neither is followed by singular noun. For example, neither boy said anything. Neither answer is correct. Now, we have to fill the following blanks using suitable distributives. First one is dash boy was given a gift. So here we can write each boy was given a gift. In the similar way, you have to do rest of the parts of this exercise by yourself. With this, we'll move to the next part of this chapter, which is about interrogatives, what, when, whose, etc. Determiners that help to ask questions are called interrogatives. What, which, whose, how much and how many are interrogatives. What time, which book, whose bag, which pen. Let's start with questions. So here in part S, we have to fill in the blanks with interrogatives. Let's see the first part. Dash color do you like the most? So for color, we can use which. So our sentence will become which color do you like the most? In the similar way, you have to do rest of the parts of this exercise by yourself. And if you have any doubt related to any question, you can refer your teacher. With this, we came to an end of this chapter. Practice as much as questions as you can. Till then, bye-bye and take care.